Hey y'all, Demonte 66 checking in. Freedom of spirituality, religion, or thoughts on there being an afterlife or not, higher power, source, or you're just atheist, agnostic, whatever the case may be. The freedom to do those things and not feel guilt can take us as a society, community, human nature a long way without violence, without hindering us from evolving. Because when you let somebody just have that free will, like whether if you're religious, people talk about free will, whether if you're spiritual, you talk about free will, or whether if you don't even know about free will, you're not even realizing that you're doing it because you have the choice to accepting your life that you want to accept in your life, whether if it is feeling like you are trapped in it or you have guilt about doing it and you don't have the opportunity to express yourself physically, mentally, energy wise, or spiritually wise. There are some ways that I can agree with of all across the board that people accept in their lives because they feel like they have to subconsciously or consciously. They feel obligated. They feel like this is what's going to fit me in into a group of people, or honestly, in ways that I feel like I've done it. I've acted out a way of rebellion, of mimicking what somebody or what I see that they're doing, but it's really just locking in and trapping their heart because I've been through religious trauma and I was moving out of trauma of certain beliefs or knowing, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I just find myself personally being spiritual and seeing truth in everything, you know what I mean? Like, because I don't limit myself. That's what's helping me. The ways that help me is just like being careful of having judgment, just having most of all discernment, really sitting with people and hearing what they have to say, and taking things with a grain of salt. Grain of salt is the biggest highlight. Reading in between the lines is the biggest highlight with anything. Any information that you get, any information that you see, how does that implement you in your own life to grow and evolve? Not repeat the same cycle of feeling this sense of entrapment. Because personally, I feel like what you believe, how you live your life, how you see things should make you and set you free. Even if it's something that you experienced that made you feel trapped, think about the way out. Think about the light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I mean? But personally, I feel like the light is inside of you and that will grow throughout time. The evolving I'm talking about. And that personally is up to you as an individual to feed yourself that makes that light brighter. What are you reading in certain scriptures and books? What are you hearing from somebody that's on a podium? What are you hearing from somebody that's even online, like me, or somebody that brings up certain things like this? What are you hearing from yourself? Question yourself. Question everything that you're told, because the parallels of somebody that's trying to trap you and manipulate you, lie to you, make you feel small, make you feel trapped like a slave mentally. They don't want you to ask questions. Questions are a sin in some people's eyes. Questioning authority is a sin in people's eyes, or is just dead out wrong. And if you don't care about any of that, you just want to live your life, that's you. But it's the things that come into play of hindering us as a society, is people that force that on people, that make people feel bad that they worship something or worship nothing. Let people figure out their own journey, whether they want to figure out or not, or they're just here and just breathing. There's times that I implement all of those things. I find truth in a lot of things, and I'm just very careful of what I'm told and I question it, because at the end of the day, humans, there are some of us that are sensitive to things. We take things literal, because we're seeking that knowledge, you know, and there's things that could draw us away that really we feel like that could draw us in. But it's like letting that fear grow is just not healthy because you could you could fear something and you don't even realize the cage that you're in is opened already, or you have the key to get it open, or somebody's outside the gate of you wanting to live your life freely with your spirituality, your religion, or not, your beliefs, or if you don't care about believing in shit, the gate can be already open and you're just afraid to get out that gate. And I feel like there's certain ways that I think about going back to the gate I was in, but it's like that requires me to bow down to something I don't believe in, reading a certain book that I don't believe in, going to a certain place I don't believe in because of the religious trauma. But then once I separated and balanced it, it's like really it's just people acting out. And whatever comes into play with that spiritually or energy wise, trauma wise, controlling wise, or a power trip, that's on that person. Because me as a black person, I don't want somebody looking at me and like, oh, there goes another black person. They're going to do this and that because all black people do that. I'm an individual. I speak individuality. Whether if it is just really the whole thing I'm trying to talk about here is just freedom to do what you choose to do, and what comes with that just comes with that. And I'm really a person that's just about the peace of all things, you know what I mean? Like I have a crazy style, I live a crazy life, I go to shows like where there's moshing and stuff like that, I listen to certain type of music, but that's what brings me peace personally. That's what's helping me not spaz out on people or just go crazy, you know what I mean, and interrupt other people's peace. I just have a high respect for people and a high respect for myself as an individual. And having that high respect as an individual comes with, what are you being fed mentally, spiritually, and energy wise? Is it hindering you? Is it trapping you? Does it make you feel sick? It's okay to look at other perspectives from a different lenses, and you can look at multiple perspectives through different lenses. You can look at it all at the same time if you want and implement that in your melting pot. you know it doesn't have to just be one perception of something. Have different perceptions of things, really figure out why people think the way they think, and then implement that in your own life of what brings you peace, growth, and understanding. I love you guys. Thank y'all to my supporters. Thank you for the subscribes and likes and stuff like that and comments, good or bad. And I'm thankful for the support at the end of the day. And I love y'all. More videos to come. Keep supporting me. Y'all have a good day. Love y'all. Peace out.